Well, me and the Cheetah, we just finished up watching The Blue Knight. I say read because I actually also read the book that was written by Joseph Wambaugh. The Blue Knight is a 1974 film that aired on NBC. It was the first, what they call miniseries. Um, Miniseries meant basically it was taking a book, a novel for TV, and they created a series built around it. It ran for 2 nights, 2 hours apiece, and it starred William Holden, who his greatest role was in a movie called Sunset Boulevard, and it also starred Remick, uh, who was a beautiful actress. Probably her best role is probably Days of Wine and Roses with Jack Lemmon. Um, William Holden plays Bumper Morgan, a veteran cop in Los Angeles who decides to retire, and this covers his last week. He's supposed to marry Lee Remick's character, who she plays Cassie, who's a college professor, and they're supposed to move to San Francisco. But Bumper still has goals. He wants to catch a murderer um, who had killed a prostitute on his beat, and Bumper has discovered the body. So the movie shows him working his regular beat and trying to help homicide, even though they clash at times, but solve this murder before he retires. Um, it's a good movie. Um, William Holden won an Emmy for his performance as Bumper. Um, and despite this being a miniseries based on the book, it did really well, won 3 Emmy Awards. It got nominated for 5, that they decided to make a series out of it, a regular TV series. And that's what they call it. They call it The Blue Knight, and it starred George Kennedy as Bumper Morgan. He took over the role, and the series ran for approximately 26 episodes. It was a mid-season replacement. Ran for 13 episodes, then came back in the fall and ran 13 episodes before it was canceled. But it's out there. Uh, this is this right here. The movie itself was, well, I mean, it plays really well. I mean, it plays like basically like a bunch of small little episodes. There's not just one huge arcing story. The main story is the murder, but the interactions between Bumper and the people that he works for on his beat is really the highlight of the movie. He bumps elbows with a lot of different people, and he struggles. He struggles because he's basically the last of a dying breed. He's 50 years old, and he can't do the job anymore, and he's starting to find himself taking a little bit of shortcuts, and one which almost costs him everything. Uh, he works with his best friend, Sergeant Cruz, played by Joe Santos, who most might remember from the Rockford Files. He played a cop there too. Sam Elliott is in here, and he plays the homicide detective, Charlie Bronsky, who him and Bumper bump noses over the way that the case is going before they decide to team up and go after it together. Sam Elliott was really good. Wow, he looks so young too. But he still had that voice, not quite as gravelly, but definitely there. Um, And he actually had a little bit longer hair, and so it was a good role for him. Um, but this is really Holden's movie. It lock, stock, and barrel. Um, his plays his bumper with a lot of. He's just he, he feels sorry for the man. It really echoes what how cops are. It's them against the world, and whether it be from 1974 to 2020, the one thing that really caught me more than anything else is you would think that police work has changed in the 46 years since this movie came out, but in actuality, it hasn't changed at all. I can see and hear the same type of language and body language and William Holden's Bumper Morgan as you would see on a cop working the beat today. Um, I don't know. I think that's sort of what really caught me by so really and watching this film was like how little has changed. Um, um, you can get this at the Warner Brothers Archive. I'm going to be putting links in. I'll put a link into um, on the blog because I'm going to put this as a video review, and I'll be running it on my blog, and so you'll see a link to it on my YouTube channel. If you like the Blue Knight or retro movies, like I hope that some of you will, you'll come over to the blog and say hello, or and hit the subscribe button on my YouTube channel. Um, Hit the bell. It'll notify us anytime that we put a new video. We'll let you know when it goes up. And yeah, just give us some feedback on this. Let me know what you thought. All right, that's it for this review. The Blue Knight, 1974, um, with William Holden, Remick, Sam Elliott, Vic Tayback, Joe Santos. Jimmy Farr popped up in here, and Ann Archer in her early role, and Eileen Brennan. Um, One quick note: this was directed by Robert Butler. The book was based on was written by Joseph Wambaugh. Joseph Wambaugh was a huge voice in the 70s. He also wrote The Onion Field. Um, that was a great movie, and along with The Choir Boys and several other uh, huge bestsellers at the time. You don't really hear about Joseph Wambaugh too much anymore, but back in the 70s and up to the early 80s, he was quite a name, and he's well worth looking up. All right, so that's it for this review. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you'll comment, and we'll see you soon.